The mind. It's our link to consciousness, our thoughts, and as a byproduct, the expression of our soul. That free and unfettered aspect of being human that no one else has jurisdiction over. But as easily as the mind expresses the depths within, it remains easily lured into a false reality where thoughts become the object of attention and the source becomes forgotten. It is here where some scientists and philosophers believe we have lost the true reality and in turn become products of our environment and culture. And it wasn't until scientific study partnered with ancient rituals that they discovered that there might be a way to reconnect the soul and the mind more quickly and intimately. But are these just escapist tools? Or could they actually be a cure for the common human issue on this planet? The sleeping mind.
I don't know which half is trying to get into the other half, but somehow or other, and I seem to be going like that.
Suddenly you notice that there aren't these separations, that we're not on a separate island shouting across to somebody else and trying to hear what they're saying and misunderstanding. Well, I mean that there are the colors and the beauties, the designs, the beautiful way things appear.
When it comes to drugs, please, for yourselves, for your families, for your future and your country, just say no.
But what are these substances that have such a negative social view, and how did they come into the limelight? One specific drug that captured the hearts and minds of scientists and young adults started a particular investigation of the inner workings of the mind. As World War II was ending, Swiss chemist Albert Hoffmann was investigating a migraine medicine and pulled an old vial off his shelf of LSD 25. His accidental dosage opened his eyes to a new experience that he wanted to share with the world, as he believed that this substance elicited a form of psychic loosening or opening. Czech psychiatrist Stanislav Grof believed that the psychic opening allowed experiences to resurface that go all the way back to birth and even pre-birth trauma. So he was willingly among the first to experiment with LSD to investigate what it does to the mind.
Then I met Albert Hoffmann quite a few times. He loved nature. He was taking small dosages of LSD in his garden until his death. And he said, I see the hand of God there. And if anybody thinks that the atoms can do it all by themselves, they just don't know what they are talking about, you know. I was trained in Czechoslovakia when we had a Marxist regime, so I got the purest materialistic doctrine you can imagine. And it was clear for me during graduation that, you know, the consciousness is the product of the neurophysiological processes in the brain, and when the body goes, the brain goes, and there goes consciousness. And it was as simple as that. Now I see it very differently. I realize we have absolutely no proof that consciousness is generated in the brain. Very, very few people realize this, including scientists. So those are tremendous contributions that psychedelics can bring.
But the psychedelic experience wasn't something new when LSD hit the scene. Since the late 1800s, experiments were already being conducted on the psychedelic plants containing mescaline and psilocybin. Mescaline comes from the peyote and huachuma cactus and is used in many Native American rituals. The Huichol mothers of Jalisco, Mexico would introduce peyote through breast milk and by chewing off bits and feeding them to their children. Even the Spanish chronicler, Fray Bernardino de Sahagún, reports that among the Chichimeca and Toltec, peyote was being used at least 2,000 years before the European explorers arrived. Archaeological artifacts were found in a cave near the lower Pecos River region in Texas, dating back to 3700 BC.